Damn, I forgot my beverage.
Yeah, what's happening? You ain't thirsty today? Because I was about to say it's actually so hot in here right now.
Yeah, it's really hot and it's officially summer. I feel like we definitely made it over the hump.
Yeah.
And, you know, something about summer is very satisfying to me.
Yeah. Also, if you're hearing outside sounds, it's because there's no way that we can sit in here and record without the window open.
Yeah, we have all the windows open.
We need that breeze, which actually there's no breeze.
There is no breeze, but it's better than like having windows closed and absolutely no breeze at all.
Yeah, and I feel like this light doesn't make it any better. Probably gets hot over time.
I mean, it's a special. It's not one of those lights that actually get warm. So
right.
We're good on the light.
Yeah.
Welcome to the pod, you guys. My name is Yoni Koto.
And my name is Alia Zaitsa. Thank you for clicking on What's the Juice podcast. If this is your first time listening, welcome. If this is not your first time listening, also welcome back. No, I'm just kidding.
Alia has jokes today.
No, I'm just feeling like silly.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm feeling silly, but I'm also feeling not silly. You know when you're on your phone for like too long to where you kind of feel like your brain is just scrambled? Like your brain is kind of just not yours anymore?
And not only that, the heat really scrambles it together even more, you know? So you feel like your brain is just it's just like something weird.
There's also something about hot weather and when it gets hot that I actually need a nap every day.
You know what the heat does to you? I feel like it really pushes you to the edge.
It pushes me to the edge every way possible. Yeah. Like if you already thought I was kind of like not an edgy person, but
you're edgy. You're edgy.
But what does that mean?
Edgy is like if you say something wrong at the wrong time, you get cut. That's the edge. That's the edgy person.
I say something.
No, so let's say I said something to you at the wrong time.
Such as, can you give me the remote? And you're already on edge because something else is happening and it's hot out. You're going to be like, I don't know where the remote is. Even but
though
I'm gonna
it's right
snap
there next to you.
At you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so you're saying like I'm basically the type of person that I'm ready to kind of go off all the time.
That's not true. I don't want to paint
That's not true. That's not true at all, actually.
Yeah, it's not true. Listen, today we want to talk about negativity and why people love negativity so much.
Including me.
You love negativity?
I feel like I'm very attracted to negativity.
Something about negativity makes you want to keep talking about it.
Oh, yeah. It's like my favorite thing to talk about. That's too much.
It's not my favorite thing to talk about, but it is very entertaining.
For some reason, it's very satisfying, especially when negativity is the relating point to a conversation. Like if you meet someone for the first time, or not even for the first time, but let's say you're meeting up with a friend, but I think more specifically when you're meeting someone new and you find a topic or a specific thing that's negative,
that's the icebreaker
that you are relating on. It's like the perfect thing to bond over and bring a friendship to fruition.
Yeah, I feel like that's a woman's thing specifically.
Really?
Guys don't really talk about. No, for real.
Tell me if
me and my friends don't talk about bad shit.
Okay,
like negative shit.
If you agree on something that is shitty about somebody else, like let's say you agree that this rapper is like the worst, or you agree that this player for this sport is the worst.
You know why I think
like
that's a bad example? Because that doesn't matter. We're talking about, I thought you were going to say something negative about people that you know, that you both, it's like common people that you know.
Okay, maybe we need to define what we mean by negativity.
Okay, negativity, let's just pick the name Jessica, right? Let's say Jessica has an opinion about something that you don't agree on, and then the new person that you found, or like the common friend, also disagrees with Jessica. So you two bond over
the fact that we disagree about something.
It's like, oh my God, did you hear what Jessica said the other day? Like shit like that.
Yeah, that's true. I must say, guys
don't do that.
You might be on this with me or not, but I definitely have put together some friendships with people based on stuff like that.
Is gossiping bad?
You know, I think
the only good thing about gossip is
what?
Is that it brings people together.
I was gonna say that there's something really satisfying about gossiping, but I also think that it can go too far to where, like, you don't want my friend and I, who used to be coworkers and then now we're just friends, and we used to bond over just like gossiping and like talking shit about certain things.
About other coworkers?
Not necessarily about other coworkers, but like, you know, different things at work. Like, it just depends.
At work.
And it got to the point where like that's all, like every time we would hang out outside of work, that's all we would talk about.
Yeah.
And then
It
at
gets
one
weird.
point when I stopped working there, the next time we hung out, we were like, damn, like, let's see, like, do you think our relationship is gonna survive without having like work and talking about work as a relatability point? And I mean, you know, obviously it did, but
You know, that's a
I thought
really
that was
good
really
point.
interesting. You know,
I wonder, I've had friends like this in the past that we only talk about basketball, for example. But we're friends, but we only talk about basketball, or
that's
just,
like your common point.
yeah. But let's say there is no game. Let's say this is the off season. What do
You're
you
not
guys talk
hanging
about?
out. You're not friends. Like, you're seasonal friends. You're subject friends. I think that's okay. You know, like, people have friends for like, you have a golf friend, or you have a tennis friend, or you have a yoga friend, or a workout buddy, or you have, I don't know, I keep listing like sports
that
and
makes
shit.
sense. The whole seasonal friendship. I understand.
And
that.
I think that it's okay to be okay with leaving it at that. Like, you don't, just because a friendship works that's very based on an activity or a subject, it can be just that. We don't have to like try to push it into being
So does
something
that
more.
does that make that person any like less than a friend? Because if I have a friend, I want to be able to talk about just everything. Like, I don't want to be like, okay, cool.
I think friend is such a like big term. Like, it's an umbrella term. You know, you can put a lot under it. So,
Yeah.
you know, because it's like you can have a friend that you talked about like all the things, but then you have a friend that's like a specific friend for a
Yeah.
specific thing. I think they're both friends, but you
Yeah.
wouldn't necessarily call the basketball friend to like hang out when it's not a basketball thing.
No, never.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's fine.
I wanted to go back to
The topic.
the topic and also just like just gossiping all the time.
Which is definitely negative.
Yeah, which is-
because, you know, gossip, like, there's no good. I mean, is there good gossip?
Yes, but we're gonna get to that.
Oh, okay.
The
Should we
negative
just call this
gossip.
episode gossip?
Yeah, I know, probably. And does it ever get weird to you that anytime you hang out with this person, you guys gossip about something? And I'm not gonna lie, I've had that in the past where I had a friend and we would just like, talk shit about someone else. By the way, I stopped doing that.
Okay, but was it always like you were talking shit about the same person? Or are you just like talking shit?
It was a long time ago, but it was about the same person.
Oh, so you're bonding over your hate for
No,
someone.
no, because we've been bonded. Like we're already. That's not what made us close. Okay.
But that's what kept you close.
No, that's just another thing to talk about because it's just.
Oh, so
fun.
that's not the only thing you talked about.
No, not at all.
Oh, you made it seem as if that's the only
Okay,
thing you
but
talked
even if it was, or I mean, just forget that, right? So there came a point where we would both be like, "What are we talking about this person?"
that happens. You realize
Like,
you're
this person
yo.
is not here to defend themselves. This person doesn't even know. Like, they're probably doing their own thing.
And they don't really even care that
And
you.
we're over here just sitting down and just talking about whatever it is about that person. And that's the moment where I told myself that I will never talk about other people
that way.
that way.
And that
especially
intensely.
that intensely. And that repetitively if they're not here.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of embarrassing when you think about it. Like, if you really think about it,
What's embarrassing about it?
You're gossiping with your friend about this Jessica girl, and Jessica has no
Poor
idea.
Jessica.
Yeah, she has no idea that you guys are gossiping about her.
I mean, technically, it doesn't really hurt her in any way.
Okay, but when you see her, it's like, oh, hey, how are you? It's always that fake shit, right?
But you know,
Hold on a second.
Sorry.
And then when she's not even there, not even aware that you guys are gossiping or talking about her for hours, you're actually the one that's like
Fucked up.
kind of fucked up, because you're spending your time and energy on this other person they're probably just living their life somewhere doing what they're supposed to do.
But again, it's kind of one of those like what they don't know can't hurt them, because
but it's not even about what's gonna hurt them or not. It's about like you should do something better with your time.
No. I totally agree with that. I had a point and now it slipped my mind. I feel like this heat makes it hard for me to focus. But yeah, I mean, to go back to negativity, I think that we're attracted to negativity because it's more emotional and it's more impactful on several levels, like for us mentally, compared to like
impactful.
Yeah, like negativity impact. I would say it has a bigger effect on my psyche than positivity does. Like,
I mean,
if somebody,
in your case, that's definitely true. You can have a million good comments and that one negative comment.
okay, but let's think about a different
will remember
scenario
that.
that's not like on the internet.
Okay.
Like if one bad thing happens in the day, let's say everything's good and rosy, but one bad thing that's like inconvenient or whatever, that one thing that's negative and bad to me will affect the whole rosy peachy day compared to
As if nothing else happened.
exactly compared to if I have a super negative bad day, like shit is just wrong, and one good thing happens, it's as if nothing happened.
The good thing don't even
The
matter.
good thing is like I didn't even see it. It's probably I still will find some negative shit in it.
Yeah.
So that's
is
what I mean.
So true. Like, why don't people talk about the get together and talk about, wow, did you see Johnny graduated with the
No,
4.0?
people do that. People do that.
No, like in a group setting or you
Yeah.
and your friend. Like, okay, people do it,
Not as much though.
but not as much. Like, it's kind of like, oh yeah, that's dope. Okay, cool, bye.
You know, it's so funny. My friend and I actually yesterday we went and got some wine, and then we like hung out for a good chunk of the day. And then at one point we were both talking about like, we realized at one point that we kept talking down on ourselves in the sense of kept saying like, oh, I wish I was more like this, or I forget exactly how it was, but we basically kept shitting on ourselves. And
I
then
hate that.
she was like, bro, we've literally been talking about, we've been so negative about ourselves for the last, like, I don't know, hour. Just talking and talking about what we don't like about ourselves or what frustrates us. Or, like, I think we were talking about,
You guys
like,
talk about that?
I think we were talking about, like,
Body image.
yeah.
I hate that. That is the most, and you know how much I hate it when every time I even hear you talk about, I wish my this was this, and I'm like, bro, you cannot change that and just learn how to just love yourself. You are unique. There's no one else like you. Embrace it, show it off if you want to, and just be confident in who you are, because there's no one else like you.
You know,
And
it's
whatever,
hard some days.
and however you are, that's just you on this earth, on this planet. This is Alia. That's it. That's how I think about myself. I never think about, I wish I had longer arms or longer legs, or I wish I
have
was
both very
taller
long.
or shorter. I never thought about that. I swear to you, never.
Well, you know, again, we were also talking about how guys don't really get it.
I don't see. I
No,
don't.
no, no,
I don't
no,
really
no.
agree with that.
No.
Guys don't get what, self-love.
No. The way that women grow up and the way that women now, there's still so much focus on our appearance. There's so much focus that we put on ourselves and is put on us on like how to look, how to dress. Never mind the fact that I'm also a person on the internet. So it's like the way that I present myself, the way that I look, the clothes that I wear, like all those things, they become magnified to me because there are things that, like, in a way I have to care about for my job.
But do you though?
I mean,
You would rather you want to because you want to seem a certain way, but really, you can literally just be yourself, and nobody's actually really.
but it's not
gonna
about
care.
that. It's about what if I don't like. I mean, now we're going to like a whole other thing, but like, what if I don't like what I look like? You know?
What do you mean?
Like, what if I just don't like how I look like, but, you know, I eat healthy and I work out and, like, I do all these things, but I also want to, like, be happy. But then I still don't always like what I look like in the mirror. And then it's like a constant battle of, like, you have days when you feel really good. And those are usually days when I'm also off my phone more. And then there's other days where I'm on my phone quite a lot. And then I seriously feel like I look different when I look at myself.
That's all because of comparing yourself to all these people that you see on your phone.
Yeah,
that's literally it.
I know, but all I'm saying is, anyways, the point of what I was trying to make is that women in general are way more focused on their appearance and all those things. And, you know, you reach a certain age, you start seeing some wrinkles. You're like, should I do this? Should I do this? Should I get Botox? Should I get whatever, all this shit. And, you know, that's why the beauty industry is, like, so big, because they know that women are going to be negative about themselves. They know.
They want to change things constantly.
Yeah, and it's like you have celebrities that look a certain way, but then you actually see the photos that are not touched up, and you see that they have skin texture and they have this here and then they have this stuff and then whatever, but everybody's playing the same game.
I hate all that shit.
But it's easy to say, like, you hate it, but it's so deep in your psyche and in your mental process that it's like a pair of glasses that are internal, that, like, when you see through them, that's all, like, you see through it.
So you're saying if I was a woman, I wouldn't feel the same way.
If you were a woman, you would understand more of what I'm talking about.
But I don't want to say that I don't understand what you're talking about.
No,
like,
I'm saying, like, you would understand on a different level than the same way that, like, I can't understand what it's like to, I don't know, like, I wouldn't necessarily compare on the same plane, but I don't know what it's like to be, you know, black in America. And there's so many ways that we can talk about it, but at the end of the day, there's no, like, I will never be able to live through that to know what it actually feels like.
No, that's,
you know,
very
you
true.
can, like, describe it to me and whatever. And I can say that's so sad and blah, blah, blah. And in a way, it actually has nothing to do with you. It has something to do with the outside world. Because it's not like you're thinking of something compared to, like, what I'm saying is something that's happening in my head, but it's because of everything that I'm surrounded by. But I'm just saying that there's just certain things that you can't understand if you are not a woman.
Okay, I understand that. But I also understand that loving yourself is an important thing, and you control that.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter
but
what
it's not always
what
that
the
easy.
society or what Instagram gives you. Like, if
but it's not as simple as just saying, like, let me love myself, and then it's like, I love myself, or, like, I look at myself in the mirror and I say all these, like, nice things. It's not so simple. It's way more complicated.
I think to me, and maybe I'm, like, disconnected, but I think owning however you look like. So let's say I have a little extra fat here, right? That's great. That's me, and I can either work out to lose it, or I can either say fuck it and just leave it. But I feel like if I was a woman, and sometimes I really wish, like, in my head, I was like, I wonder how I would be, because I probably wouldn't care, honestly.
If your body's like that, then maybe. I mean, we're also getting, like, very off topic, which is fine, whatever. But
why are you whispering? I feel like you're, like, talking, like, on, like, the low frequency.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I just think it's a little bit more complicated, and it's truly something that if you don't experience it, like, you can't really.
I get it.
You know.
Yeah. What about positivity? Do you think? Because people don't really talk about others in, like, a positive light, unless it's, like, something very specific that they want to say. But no one sits around and say, you know, Yoni did this amazing photo shoot. Dude. Like, I feel like people, because it speaking highly of others, it often makes other people
feel some type of way.
No, it makes them not, like, less than, but everybody wants to highlight themselves. You know, it's even, like, about sharing stuff on Instagram, right? like, why don't people, like, a lot of it is like self-promotion. Okay, so I'm a photographer and I see a friend that has a brand, right?
Okay.
I'm liking it. That's my friend. I don't even care if, like,
It's actually good or not.
it's actually good or not.
Okay.
That's my actual friend, and he tells me about all the stuff that he wants to do or whatever, and then he comes out with a pair of gloves, and
A pair of gloves.
especially after, or a hat, right?
Yeah.
And I see it on my timeline, and I see, oh, such and such, which is my good friend, posted this, and he's trying to make it a thing. I'm liking it. I don't even, if it's a song, I don't even have to listen to the whole song. I'm like, yep. Because that's my, as a friend, that's my job to be there for that. And I can give him criticism maybe after, like, behind the scenes.
Okay, so what does this have to do with positivity?
Well, that has to do with just being, well, you don't think that's positive. You don't think that's like a positive thing to do for someone?
But that's like, we're talking about when someone is like, negativity is usually like a thing that you're expressing or feeling rather than.
No, I think negativity can also just be like lack of support.
Okay.
You know, it's like, it doesn't cost a lot for you to support your friend.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, no, I definitely agree. I've had experiences where I felt like anytime we talk, I talk to them about like the podcast, or I tell them about, you know, my YouTube or something related to the work that I do. And I can just tell, like, by their body language and the way that they respond to what I'm saying, that it's a little bit, I get the feeling of like, okay, are we done talking about you yet?
yeah, I get that too. That's why sometimes I don't even like to talk about the stuff that we do.
Same.
And now it's really getting to the point, I don't even, oh, Yoni, like, what's been going on with you?
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, that is my job. So,
like, I want to tell you about my job and everything that's happening with us, that, you know, that we haven't even shared a lot of the stuff that we've been doing behind the scenes, like with the podcast. And
Yeah.
like, you know, but it's like, I want to talk about these things, but I just know that people, it's like, I don't know if it makes people like uncomfortable or.
I don't know what it is either. Because I also really doubt that I'm talking about it. Because I also I pay really close attention to how I'm talking about it.
Exactly, yeah.
So
same.
I try my best to not at all come off as that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really paying attention to exactly how I'm talking about myself or what I'm doing, so that the other person doesn't feel as if I'm thinking I'm all that, because I'm not.
Yeah.
But I know that sometimes it can come across that way, or I feel like it always comes across that way to that specific person, so I watch it more closely, you know?
I think a lot of it is just a reflecting on that person.
Reflection of them. Yeah, I mean, that's true, but I still.
Because usually, did you notice that if you're talking about the stuff that you're doing to another person that has also something going for themselves, they understand and they can listen to it with a different, like, lens, right? Versus that if you tell someone all the stuff that you're doing and they ain't doing shit.
Well,
To
what does
them,
that
it's
mean?
like-
They ain't doing shit.
Well, they just go to work and they hate their job. They come home, they cook dinner, and they go to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
To them, it's like fuck. Like,
Yeah,
I
or maybe
don't-
not necessarily that level, like that extreme of like they
Yeah.
hate everything, but I don't know. That does reflect on the other person, you know, and it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Because it also leaves, I kind of take note of that myself, and I'm like, oh, that's the type of friend they are.
Which is okay, because not everyone has to have a podcast, or not everyone has to have something crazy.
I know, and I
going
also
on.
I am the type of person that it's like whenever I talk to anyone, I'm like, start something online.
Yeah.
I'm like, do something, start something. I'm not at all like gatekeepy with any of the stuff that I do. I'm like, ask, like, if you want to do something or if you want to try something or whatever, like, I want to encourage everyone to like try something out while the internet it's working the way that it is, because it's like a machine right now.
Yeah, and it's crazy. So if you're listening, you ever thought about starting a podcast or YouTube, just start it right now. Honestly, get a camera, get your phone.
Yeah.
The iPhones right now are super, super good, you know? So it's, I don't know, we're getting a little bit off topic, but
we say that every like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I do think people bond over negativity. People talk about negative things. People like, I know for one, negativity as a topic fuels me. Like if I have a negative take on something, I will like get in that shit. But actually, I would do the same for a positive thing too.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I was thinking about like the podcast actually, thinking about on like topics and stuff. I pretty much, whatever I talk about, I kind of like really get into.
Yeah, you're just like a very, you know, opinionated person, which is good for the podcast. I was just
thinking the other day, I was fast forwarding through a video of us like in the podcast, and you are kind of like the same, and then you kind of move a little bit like this, you know, and I'm like,
oh damn, really?
Yeah, because I use my arms so much, and I'm just like, and my face too. It's like,
yeah, I know your face, your facial expression really changes.
And
a lot.
I do this a lot.
Yeah. See, if you just listen to this, you need to come to our YouTube and hang out with us on YouTube, because you'll be able to see a lot of the facial expressions.
It's a different experience. I mean, yeah, I would love for like Spotify to let everybody put the video.
That would be so nice
on the thing, because you really get like a different vibe from it.
So I haven't gossiped in a long. I just want to go back to the gossip thing. I haven't gossiped in a long ass time, and
I would say we gossip sometimes, but I wouldn't really say like it's gossiping.
No, that's that shit. If you're talking about that specific thing that I'm thinking about, that's definitely gossip.
I wish I knew exactly what you're talking about.
But it's like positive gossip.
What are you talking about?
You don't know?
We can beep it out.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know if you were talking about
Oh, or what else?
I don't know.
Then that's the only thing.
Yeah.
You can always beep that shit out.
Yeah, babe. Yeah, we can relax. I feel like we say at the same time all the time.
Yeah, but you know, I feel like this is a quick pod episode.
Yeah, this is a quick pod. It was just on my mind, and I was like, why do we love just negativity? You know, and I just think it's like very unfortunate, because there's so many positive things that we could focus on, but then we just choose to talk about the negative stuff, and we still do it, and people just it's almost like a fuel.
It is,
and it fuels people to just keep talking. I don't know.
Love that shit.
I never want to talk about other people while they're not there to defend themselves. Okay.
You know, I think it's inevitable.
It's what?
I think it's inevitable. Okay. I think like, you know, because there's gossiping. I think gossiping and talking about other people.
Gossiping and talking about other people.
No, I just think
it's funny how you do it with your hands.
I just want to paint the picture. No, I just think that there comes a point where like talking about someone becomes gossiping. I think it becomes gossiping when it's been like 2 minutes and you're still on the same topic and on the same.
If you gossip, it's okay to bring up what they did and kind of say, you know, if you want to talk about someone, right, in a negative light, it's not even necessarily in a negative light. Like if they're doing something that is negative, it's not even gossiping. That's just saying that they did some shit. Yeah, and they're fucked up for that.
Yeah, that's not gossiping.
Yeah, but if someone's just doing their thing and they're at work
and you like love to hate,
and then you just love to hate them, like, yo, why is she wearing these shoes like that? It's like, that's gossiping.
Yes, very good point.
You know, because but if they're like a fucked up person,
or they did something to you,
I'll gossip all day.
Yeah, but it's not even gossiping anymore. You're just talking about what they did.
Yeah, and I'll add some too.
Yeah. Do you think people gossip about you?
Yeah, definitely.
I know.
I just have that feeling for some reason. People definitely gossip about you.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. I feel like it's like you're an easy
person to gossip about. Yeah. Why?
No, I'm just kidding.
But you're not, because I agree. Like for some reason, I feel like I am an easy person to gossip about.
Why do you think that?
For the only reason is because I think I'm a very big personality. Not to make it sound like extra or anything, but I think I have a lot of like specific things about myself. Like I'm pretty loud of a person. I'm like energetic, opinionated.
It's like the perfect recipe to say some shit.
Yeah, which I feel like if somebody, especially if somebody's like really opposite of me, they can see me as like a lot. So then they could be like, yo, Ali is like so extra. Or, you know.
Yo, you really think people gossip about you?
I'm sure they do. Or like.
I think people gossip about me sometimes too, but it's always like, I'm trying to think about one thing.
I don't think you're as easy to gossip about as me though. You're a very like.
What would someone.
Likable person.
I mean, you're likable too. What are you talking about?
No, you're likable,
like you.
but you like, you're like. You don't have as many like very. I don't know how to explain it. I think if you're listening to this, you know what I'm talking about.
I think I'm pretty neutral. You know, I just kind of go with like I have my opinions too, but I won't fight your opinion. Or I'll, like if you believe in something and I don't, I'll never make you feel like whatever you believe in is stupid. Okay. You know, like I'll be like. Even though you believe in something that I do not believe in at all, I'd be like, damn, okay, I can see how you would believe that, you know?
I don't know if I would say that.
No, I would say that.
Yeah, you would. I'm like, saying I would probably
Not even argue.
I
would say that. I say that.
Yeah, you do say that.
And I'll be like, okay, like I understand.
And you like kind of try to move on to the next topic.
What?
And you kind of try to move on to the next topic.
Yeah, I'll move on to the next topic because it's like, that's you. That's, if it works for you, whatever it is,
whatever.
I'm good with that. You know, I'm never going to ask you like, so you believe in. Obviously, when you believe in something, no one knows 100% because it's a belief, right?
I mean, yeah, it's not always about that though. There's other topics you can argue about or like discuss that you don't agree on. That it's not necessarily about believing in something like religion or whatever.
There's way more things than religion to believe in.
Like what?
I don't know. You believe in. You believe in ghosts. You believe in aliens. You believe in like all these things.
I'm talking about like there's other things you can disagree on that don't have anything to do with believing.
Okay, but I'm still gonna be the same with that.
Yeah.
You know, like what's another thing that you would believe in, right? Like you believe in what, positivity? You
know what? I feel like this is getting too.
It's getting too out of there.
It's getting too concocted.
Yeah. Do you want to explain what concoct? Wait, what does that even mean?
I don't think it means anything, but I think you understand what I'm saying by that word.
I was like, you want to explain to me what it means?
Concocted, like too much of everything jumbled up.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I think to like finish off because I think we were also very negative about negativity.
Because negativity is negative.
Yeah, no, I think we can finish it on a positive note of like how. If we're in a negative headspace, or if we can tell the way that my friend and I the other day did, I never even finished. So after she highlighted, she was like, bro, we've literally been talking about negative shit about ourselves and talking down on ourselves for the last like hour. Like, let's talk about what's something that you're proud of.
Ooh.
You know? And bro, I could not think of one thing.
Are you serious?
I was thinking, I was like, I don't know.
You're not proud of anything you've been doing.
Well, like very specific, because we were talking about when we were talking about negative shit, we were talking about like something that had just been on our minds or something that had just happened.
Okay.
So I was trying to think of something positive and that I'm proud of more recently, and I couldn't think of anything.
Okay.
I said something like, "Oh, figuring out that I want to like go back to my dark hair."
Wow. That's amazing.
Well, no, but for me, which was like a big thing of like admitting that this is just my blonde hair. I'm not a blonde, which brought me actually a lot of anxiety when like I wasn't feeling my hair. But then I just did this drastic change, and it's like, what are people gonna think when I'm gonna go from blonde? And then they're gonna be like, you only had your blonde hair for 4 weeks. But like nobody really cares that much.
Nobody cares. Yeah, I had it for 4 weeks, and now it's like, yo, honestly,
you know, I'm just an overthinker. But yeah, so this is actually the last episode that I'll have this blonde hair. So say goodbye to Billy.
Oh wow, Billy! Shout out to Billy. She came and went.
I feel like we just did an episode.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I don't know. I mean, there's
something you're proud of?
I'm proud of this podcast.
Yeah, but see, that's very broad. Like I'm talking about
what
more
do you mean
like
broad. That's a specific thing.
No, something that's like, for some reason I was thinking of something more recent. Like what's something new that's recently happened?
I'm proud of my resilience. that's just like a thing, that an ongoing thing. When I look at myself 10 years ago or 15 years ago, I'm proud of who I am today. And it's very important to be proud of yourself every day. No, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I would say that too. But that's like it's a much more broad thing.
Okay, but it's no matter how broad it is, it's something positive that you tell yourself about yourself. You have to be your biggest cheerleader.
Yeah.
I'm like my biggest cheerleader. And I don't like say it, or I don't talk about it, or tell people. But just every day, like as I'm doing things, going through my day, I'm like, all right, Yoni, like, you're a good person, or you're, I don't know, I just say a lot of positive things about myself.
Yeah.
And I think it's so important. And people might overlook it and be like, or not think about it, because it's easy not to think about that. Mm-hmm. But I think the more you do it, your love for yourself will grow. And I think that's so important. And I feel like people can see that also,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I would say that I'm my biggest critic sometimes, like all the time. But to also say one thing I'm proud of.
What?
I think
there's so many things that I'm proud of you about.
I don't know why,
but
for
I'm just
me
like
it's like so hard to like think about one. I mean, obviously, like I'm proud of this podcast, like I am, and I'm proud of us like finally doing the totes. And I mean, maybe I guess I'm like proud of like feeling like I'm kind of settling down a little bit with my identity issues in terms of, with the internet, constantly feeling like I have to be someone else. I have to constantly like change and be new and different, and like not be the same and not be like as simple as I might be. Just being okay with that. I'm feeling like I'm getting closer to the end of that little crisis.
Mm-hmm. That was a real thing, by the way. I remember you being like, okay, who is Alia?
Yeah, and I was like trying to be
Alia?
cool. I was trying to be
blonde.
And I mean, at the same time, though, it's okay to try things.
Yeah,
and it's okay to make a change. But for me, they're very emotional because they're very like, I don't know, they feel like a big thing for some reason.
I feel like a lot of things for you feel like a big things. When you could just say, this is this one thing right here and we're just going to cruise,
Yeah, it's not my style.
Yeah. See, this is why like you're the red and I'm like the blue in the family. We need like a good mix of that.
Yeah, I'm literally wearing that. I kind of am wearing like the American flag right now.
Yep. You're wearing that Donald Trump hat.
That's not funny. But yeah, I would say I'm proud of that. I feel like I'm inching towards the finish line. Or I mean, I guess that's never really gonna like finish and end, but
Yeah. Well,
and I think I just need to practice positivity more without being like, what is the word? Toxic positivity? Is that a thing?
There's no such thing as
well,
toxic
I do think that
positivity.
some people that are just overly positive all the time.
There's nothing wrong with that. I love that.
Nah, because it becomes fake. It becomes like
okay if it's authentic, if it's like actual real,
Yeah.
But I do agree with you that you need to practice just more positivity. And I'm not saying at all that you're like a negative person,
but I could be more positive.
It's so important to just like think about things no matter what's going on in the day. Let's say we fucked up some parking spot somewhere, we missed it, and then we got to drive back around, and then someone took that parking spot. Instead of being like, damn, that was the only one. I'm not saying you saying that.
I would though.
Exactly. I would just be like, okay, cool, let's just find another one. Where like it's okay. Those are such small things.
Yeah, I feel like I just get fired up pretty quickly
when things are not. When I feel like, and not even to put you on the spot.
It's fine.
But when things don't go your way exactly, it's like no good for anybody.
Wasn't there something recently that was like overly complicated for no reason?
Yeah, I think it was printing.
Oh, we already talked about the
labels.
FedEx. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The FedEx thing.
Yeah.
Like there was
something recently, like after that.
No. It was the FedEx thing.
No, but I feel like there was another thing too.
No, we couldn't figure out how to print.
No, but I'm saying after that, I feel like there was another moment that was very similar to that one.
What was it?
I can't remember though.
Great. Great for the listeners.
Okay, so yeah. should we get into a little off topic? Bring the vibes back up. I feel like we're, going down. Like finish this on I guess that was kind of a positive note. But, yeah, let's get into our little off topic segment.
Okay.
What you been listening to, what you been watching.
Today, I found a new artist, still in my Brazilian vibe. His name is Natty Roots. Natty Roots. I feel like I had to roll the R there, but
okay.
Yeah.
Were you playing it this morning?
That's what I was playing earlier today, and he has this album called, I guess it's called Mega Hits. So it's this Brazilian artist. His latest album is called Good Vibration.
I love some good vibrations.
Yeah. So still Brazilian vibes. The other day I was at the gym. And I was like, okay, I can't listen to Brazilian music in the gym. Like, it's not gonna be really. I need to find something that's like more heated,
So did you?
Yeah, I did. And usually in the gym, I listen to like Meek Mill, Pusha T.
Oh, okay, those
Drake,
vibes.
Rick Ross.
Okay, well, I have still been kind of in my like soul vibe.
You've been in that Brazilian vibe too, don't lie.
I've been in that Brazilian vibe too. That's true.
That shit was contagious.
But I've also been listening to a little Tyler Creator. I love Spotify because if you're feeling some type of way, like it's so easy to get a lot of that type of way. Look at my hand.
Not sponsored by Spotify.
No. But it's like if I'm feeling the Tyler Creator like vibe, I'll put on the Tyler Creator radio. And then it gets me Tyler Creator, but also things very similar. I also you don't really like him, but I love Anderson .Paak.
Oh, yeah. And
been listening to him a little bit because with these like summer vibes, I want that. Like he is. Yeah. It's such a nice vibe.
My summer vibes, I definitely listen to one of my favorite artists, Amine.
Oh, our favorite artist.
Yes.
I would say we share that.
Mine is The Weeknd and Amine as like the rapper. He, I don't know, he's just like lighthearted. I like his music.
And Kate Tremine is coming out. Or is it out already?
No, it's not. It's coming out on the 18th, I think.
Ooh, yeah. We're definitely going to be blasting that when it comes out.
Yeah.
But
Vince Staples is also a really good summertime rapper. Nipsey Hussle, when it's sunny out. You're driving. That
one to me it's a little bit more like intense. Not intense, but like it's not so sunny vibes. It's like a little different. No, it's like you're imagining you're in LA.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's one of those like if you know, you know. Yeah. But if like my mom heard you play that, she'd be like, "This is not the vibe."
Oh yeah, no, you definitely have to understand. Like
the connect.
Get it. Yeah.
One realization I did have.
Well.
Speaking of like content and like listening and watching, I'm like addicted to TV.
Elaborate.
I'm like an iPad kid a little bit. In the sense of I have become so used to like when I'm cooking, I'm not a listening to music and cooking person.
You have to watch something.
I am much more like I always have some type of show on. Like if somebody asks me at any point, "Oh, what are you watching these days?" I always have an answer. Like, I'm always watching something. If I'm not watching something new, I'm rewatching something I've already watched or maybe even rewatched already.
I can't even do that.
No, but it's because the way that you listen to music, like, I just have TV shows. Yeah. And that's because a lot of my work is very heavy. Like, when I'm trying to, like, edit a video, sometimes I can't just be, like, editing the video. I need something else going in the background.
So how can you edit a video and watch a show?
No, because I'm listening to the show. And it's like, it's going on the TV, I'm listening to it, and I'm like cutting footage. So it works. It gets me through the editing. It also distracts me though.
The art of
multitasking.
Is it multitasking or multitasking?
I feel like it's the same, just different vibes.
All right.
But no. But I just wanted to say that I've become to the point where like I wake up in the morning and like I turn on a show and then I do like my morning routine.
Damn.
You know? Or like I can't do like there's certain things that I just can't do without watching my show. Like I've become dependent on it.
Yeah, it's not something to really be proud of.
And I actually get anxious when I'm coming to the end of a show thinking I've already watched everything. I have to find something else that I'm into.
Damn, I kind of wish I had that problem.
No. I hate that I have this problem. Today is one of the first days in like a few weeks that I haven't watched a show like at all today.
You always watch something.
I'm always watching something.
Yeah.
So I'm really working on that.
She watches a show on her phone when she does her makeup.
Yeah. It can be a show. It can be a video. It can be a YouTube video. It can be
I would do a YouTube video.
Podcast.
I'll do a YouTube video, but I won't go to Netflix and have a full... To me, to play a show, I need to like sit down and like watch it.
No, I play that shit as if it's a podcast. You know? Folding, like everything I do. I go do the laundry, put on a show, walking with the basket everywhere, put it here on the laundry machine as I put...
What?
Like I'm saying, I have it on all the time, especially like when you're not home. Not especially when you're not home, but when you're not home, I'm like usually just by myself.
Yeah.
And for some reason, it just sounds the best because also a TV show is like hella long. So you just go next episode. Compared to like a podcast, you know, it's got to keep you interested.
All right, guys.
But anyway, so that's what I'm working on. I'm really like going cold turkey. No TV shows for Alia for the next week.
Okay, I mean, we have basketball games to watch, so
it's different. Which we're actually about to go watch one, and
we're actually gonna stay at home because we're already late. So it's starting in 15 minutes. We won't make it, and I don't want to miss
7:30. No.
Yeah, no, it's at 7.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why I was like, we kind of have to go.
Okay.
It might be 7:30.
There's never the game's never at 7.
Yeah, we'll see.
Anyways,
we'll figure it out.
Thank you guys for listening, as always.
Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. If you're watching, we appreciate that.
And you should comment gossip.
Ooh. What?
My energy right now.
No, why would you comment gossip?
Why are you coming at me?
I don't know. I feel like we might use that for the title.
Oh, how am I supposed to know that?
I don't know. You're a podcaster.
Okay, then comment.
I feel like I came up with the last few ones, so you give us a good word.
Well, now the pressure's on.
And we also forgot, well, 2 episodes ago, I remember we forgot to...
I'm sure people didn't care.
Yeah.
Comment, you know...
Positivity.
Yeah.
If you know how to spell it.
I feel like it's not that hard.
Yeah. I struggled learning how to spell
exercise
positivity.
is a hard one. And restaurant.
Okay.
And neighbors.
Okay.
Anyways, guys.
So which one of those words you said like hella different words?
No. Comment positivity.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna cut it out, babe. Whoa. I was gonna say we're gonna cut it out, babe. But like, also, what does that mean? We love you guys. We hope you have a great day and enjoyed listening and hanging out with us. We'll see you guys next week with another episode. Shout out to your dog. I'm just gonna cover all the bases.
Yeah. Al, you got it. I feel like you've been killing it with the outros. So yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Shout out to your dog, and also thanks for everyone who got the totes. We really appreciate it, and yeah, keep tagging us because I'm reposting all that.
Yeah,
shit.
like I want to see you like out and about with the tote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Bye.